Okay, we have the external oblique, the rectus abdominis that runs straight down, and then right here is the edge of the internal oblique, and the muscle that's on the last part of the abdomen is the transversus abdominis. Then we have the pectoralis group. The xiphi humerales is the first one. The pectoralis minor, which is everything going underneath here. This next triangle right here is the pectoralis major, and this is the pecto antebrachialis. Up on the neck, we have the sternocleidomastoid, the cleidomastoid, together they're the sternocleidomastoid group. We have the sternohyoid down the center, where the hyoid bone comes. On the side, we have muscle that goes up here to the thyroid cartilage, that's the sternothyroid. The one in front of that is the thyrohyoid. One that comes across right here that's cut is the mylohyoid. The ones alongside the jaw are the digastric. Fold that up, this muscle that's paired going straight up and down is the geniohyoid. The masseter, the temporalis underneath the ear, in the deep chest. The rectus abdominis stops here, and the muscle that's right in front of it is the rectus thoracis. The fan-shaped muscle right here is the serratus anterior. One that looks like an arrow, this is the shaft of the arrow right here, and then we have the front of the arrow, the anterior, and the posterior down there, it's a little shredded. That's the scalenus group. That's the anterior, medial, and posterior scalenus. We have the external intercostal. Beneath it is the internal intercostal. This big muscle coming from the back is the latissimus dorsi. And we have the trapezial group. From here to here is the clavotrapezius. This flap is the acromiotrapezius. And this triangle wedge right here is the spinal trapezius. So that's CAS. Okay. The deltoid is right here, so we have the clavodeltoid, the acromiodeltoid, and the spinal deltoid. Again, CAS. The muscle that splits the two is the levator scapulae. On the scapula, we have above the spine the supraspinatus. Below the spine, the infraspinatus. And the muscle that hangs off the scapula right here is the teres major. And the muscle that's really tiny right here in the corner is the teres minor. Put them in the praying position. That rotates out the rhomboids. The one that goes up to the head is the rhomboideus capitis. The muscle on the back of the scapula is the subscapularis. The muscle that's on the neck still, right here, is the splenius. We have the thoracolumbar fascia. We separated the muscles of the back into two groups, the multifidus in the middle and the erector spinae on the side. On the leg, okay, these are not done. Okay. We have the bicep femoris, the cauda femoralis, the gluteus maximus right up to here. This whole big piece right there is the gluteus medius. This muscle that's kind of triangular in shape is the tensor fasciae latae. Then it goes to the fascia latae or the IT band. The nerve that's cut right here is the sciatic nerve. That's the semitendinosus, and that's the semimembranosus. And that little muscle right here is the tenissimus. Those make up the hamstrings in the cat. On the inside, we have these two flat muscles, the gracilis and the sartorius. Fold those back. We have in the corner, a small one down there in the corner, right there, is the pectineus. Then you have the adductor longus and the adductor femoris. Again, the membranosus and tendinosus from the backside. We have the quadricep femoris right here. It's separated into four pieces, okay? Sort of like a hot dog in a bun. The hot dog is the one that sits in the center. That's the rectus femoris. And then the bun is the vastus muscles. Vastus lateralis, the vastus medialis, and the one down on the bone on the inside is the vastus internus. We have a muscle Right here, above the veins and arteries right there, a big lump of muscle with the femoral nerve coming out of the center of it. Right there is the iliopsoas. Down on the leg. Yuck. Let's try this one. Okay. The tibialis anterior, right in front. The one right behind it is the extensor digitorum longus. Then off to the side is the peroneus group. First one is the peroneus longus. Next tendon down, very thin, is the peroneus tertius. The muscle that's on the bone right there, really wide, is the peroneus brevis. We have the Achilles tendon. We have the soleus nearest to the bone that's attached to the Achilles tendon. Then we have the gastrocnemius. This would be the lateral head, and that would be the medial head. Sitting in the center of the gastrocnemius, which probably do it this way the best. So there's our two heads of the gastrocnemius. The one in the center is the plantaris. On the inside of the leg, again, we're going to pick them up by tendons. The one that's on top here is the flexor digitorum longus. The next tendon down, which we're only going to see the tendon, the muscle's way up underneath, that's the tibialis posterior, and the big muscle in the background is the flexor hallucis longus. And the one that wraps around the back of the knee right here, this one that comes from the front all the way to the side, is the popliteus. Should be it.